Anyway. Sometimes I see the humanity of a total stranger, and I'll get so sad, and it'll make me want to off myself. Don't feel sorry for me, all because I see things you can't see. What's crazy, absolutely crazy to me, is that people chose technology and they never, not once, saw the danger, danger, danger. Everyone's so sad. Everyone's so mad. They're so lonely, they're so lonely, they're so depressed. Everyone's just coping with the fact that social media is all we have now. And that's actually not true. But tell that to so many of the population, they won't see that. 'Cause all they're looking at is that one thing that they've been told to look at, 'cause that's the thing. So I walk around in a public place, and I'll just watch people do what people do best, which is the same thing that all the other people do. Conform. And always know what's coming next. More and more and more and more and more and more conformity. But I feel sorry for 'em. 'Cause I can see the sadness that they try to suppress, but it's so on the surface, but they don't notice. And there's so many things that people could do to change the outcome, but they won't, 'cause they don't know that they have the power to. But if you try to tell them, they'll assume that you're trying to sell them something, which is ridiculous because, I mean, I'm not. They buy all this other crap that pieces of shit sell them. But I'm really not trying to make you feel bad. But you will accuse me of that. But you're just projecting. It's always what I'm expecting. 'Cause people don't have self-awareness. It's easier to point the finger and say you did that. It's easier to point the finger and say you said that. Take ownership. But how can you own something that you don't even know about? How can you own something you don't know is yours? You know what I mean? was thinking about how, like, intrusive thoughts, they're trying to convince you that they're your thoughts. But they just show up in your house, and they just put all this stuff in your room, and you're like, what the fuck is this? But then these thoughts convince you that it's yours. These thoughts convince you that all that stuff was already there. But it's not. So if you have a thought, and it's uncomfortable, and it's really negative, and it's coming from a place of fear, or it's coming from a place of bitterness, and like, it doesn't necessarily mean like it's negative, it's bad, you know? But if you linger or if that thought lingers and it really has a hold of you, and it's not helping you learn and grow, and you know, like, it's one thing if you realize something about yourself that's not good and you're like, okay, I need to work on this and improve. That's one thing. Another thing is if you just ruminate, but it's not a positive thing. It doesn't help you advance in any kind of way. That's how you know it's not from you. That's how you know that a lot of these thoughts are from the world. But that's why discernment's a damn good thing. A lot of people don't have that. I know sometimes I really struggle with that. I used to struggle with it way more, but ever since I started reading the Bible, it's amazing how much a proverb will do for you, you know? Like, if you just read spiritual stuff, like, it'll help your mindset improve, you know? I'm not being facetious, by the way. No, I'm really not. Like, spiritual books are spiritual books for a reason. But the Bible is the best one, okay? It just is. There's just so much truth, there's so much wisdom, there's so much that you can gain. And like, yeah, there's stuff that's difficult to understand, and you know, people can focus on all the hypocrisy of it, but you're looking at it all wrong. The Bible is the ultimate self-help book. So if you're trying to improve yourself, and you're trying to improve your outlook and the way you live your life, then it will work very well. But if you're looking at it from a place of like, I'm gonna point out all the bullshit, then yeah, you're gonna find a bunch of bullshit because that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And I think that's true of everything. But yeah, you can point out inconsistencies. You can point out ways that God's a dick. But I would say that sacrificing his only son, you know, that wasn't a dick move.